Welcome back to the PDP. It's your boy Pabs Prince. Today I'm accompanied by Iliana Mendoza.
Hi, folks.
Let's go. She's an artist, curator, dabbles in like illustration, and doesn't make music, but she makes tamales.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe one day I'll produce.
Welcome to the pod.
Thanks.
It's crazy because I can't remember the first time I met you, but I feel like we've known each other for a long time. Or like of each other for a long time. Iliana's always just like supported me, and I think like you're a main reason that I redropped beanies, because I remember our conversation from like the In the Cloud show, and I was like, damn, I do need to make more beanies.
I like the beanies. Y'all should go cop a beanie. It's very good. It's like thick material, and we were talking about this earlier. I have a big head, so like I like the way that the beanie fits, and like it doesn't slide off my head, and like I have thick hair, so you make solid beanies. I wanted some new ones because I lost my black one. I used to have I think it was black on black, right? When you dropped one,
that was very rare. Yeah, I think I did that for like a Black Friday or like around that time.
It was something. Yeah, but I started following you because I just saw you had dope shit. I was like, that's cool. And then I think the first time I like went to go say hi, I was like at a pop-up you had in, I think in Humboldt Park.
In Humboldt?
I think it was like in someone's backyard.
Oh, that's probably Elias. Was it like a 420 event? It was like, or?
It was in the spring?
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah.
There's rappers too, right? Or no?
I don't know. I stopped by. I remember there
was my mom selling at a
no, y'all had like sandwiches. Somebody had like sandwiches.
Wow.
This was I think it was like 2021. I think it was like pandemic times still.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
I remember there was a 420 event, and it's crazy because like you just had your 420 event too.
Yeah, it was good. We had a good turnout. Everybody was high. Everybody had a great time. I'm really starting to enjoy like instructing them, because at first I'd get really nervous. And now I like that our class sizes are about like 16 to like 22 people. So I feel like it gives me the opportunity to walk around and like kind of give people feedback if they have questions, if they need help. So I'm like starting to really enjoy that. But the pressure of like I have to create something specific for this event.
What was the theme that day?
So we made a pothead painting. So it was basically like a planter in the form of a face, and then we had like marijuana leaves coming out of the top.
That's all smart. Yeah.
But
you gave like the people creative freedom, or you kind of like okay.
Mm-hmm. For that one, like I encourage them. I'm like, if you want to make it different. Some people like put their tattoos or like their makeup. Some people just wanted to like follow along, like, of all different types of skill levels. The whole point is just to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, I really wanted to go, but together. It's just hard to get out the house right now. The baby's like, Aurora needs my help for certain nights. And I was like, I gotta take a break sometimes. But that's awesome. And then prior to that, you had like a women's, you were celebrating women, right?
It was an event for Women's Day month. It was an entrepreneurship panel. We had 3 speakers, and shout out to AK-47 Anakanin, to Jasmine Welch and Andrea Bataz. They all have like different businesses, and they all do different like community activism. Some work with like justice for cannabis. Some women work with mental health within like school communities. So they all do a bunch of really cool stuff, and it was just a chance for people to network, to meet each other, to ask questions. But yeah,
that's really cool. So you've been a curator for like a long time, right?
Not like, that long, actually.
I feel like you've had events where there's performances. Was it something like
Pilsen? That was August 2023. That was our first event. It hasn't even been a year yet.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It feels like you've been on for longer.
Yeah.
I've always seen like your like account and like the stuff you guys do, but I haven't had the time to go. But yeah, I remember you were promoting this at in the Closet event, right?
Yep.
Halloween.
For the Freak Night function, we had 5 different DJs. Yeah.
That's so crazy. What started Co-Create?
It started with as I Am Originals, right? As like my art business. I applied to be in this art show, and then I ended up meeting Frida, who's my business partner, and we ended up just really kicking it off as like friends. We were friends for like the longest, and then she invited me to be a paint and sip instructor for an event that she threw.
Crazy.
Yeah, and at the time, she did work under the name Co-Create. She was doing it with somebody else, and so like they threw the event, and then a person moved away, so like Frida was just kind of like, you know, chilling. And then last year, actually maybe like around this time, like early in the year, we went out to eat, and I was like, hey, I'm like, would you ever want to like throw an art event with me?
Oh,
Because
wow.
I've been wanting to throw an event for a while. Like it's always been a goal of mine. It's been on my bucket list. And she was like, because she had experience, right? And like I have experience in throwing an event and like organizing and planning. Um, well, I did. I organized the a Wheat Olympics like what, like 3 or 4 years ago.
You had like games?
Yeah, there was different games. There was like an entry fee, and there was like I had like 7 prizes. It was insane.
That's
Everybody was high
crazy.
off their ass. Yeah.
It sounds like beer fest or like the weed
Yeah,
version.
but we yeah, different events like rolling events, or like who can smoke a half J like the fastest.
Oh, that's
I
crazy.
won that
I
one.
never thought about speed. What the hell? So
Yeah,
you just
yeah, basically. Yeah,
holy. No, that's
basically.
crazy. That's awesome.
But yeah, so that's kind of how
Wait. So
co-create
how
started.
did you get into like throwing events, or like what gave you the urge? Were you like the person that was throwing house parties and stuff?
No, but I'm always the friend that like
Got
organizes
it.
like the
Yeah.
outing, so I'm kind
That
of the
friend's so
planner.
important, or else nothing happens. Like, because
Yeah,
nobody else does it. You have to do
exactly. Yeah.
it.
It gets tiring, but
Yeah.
somebody's got to do it, because like I want to do a lot of things. And
Mhm.
for me, I don't like waiting around for people. So it's like I'd rather just do it. And like if people are on board, like let's go. And if not, well, then next time.
Yeah. I know.
Um, but yeah, that's kind of just, yeah, co-create was a hypothetical, threw it out there, and Frida was like, yeah, like let's do it. And then we threw Sunny's Collective, which will be on August 10th, y'all. Please feel free to stop by. We have performances as well as vendors and
10th or
artists.
12th? You guys got a 12th on the flyer.
10. That was last year's.
Oh, true.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
our flyer for this year has not dropped yet.
Yeah, I guess because
We need to still like
you
curate.
still got some time.
Yeah, we got some time. Application is gonna drop in the month of May.
Oh, this is the one you told me about.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. August 10th.
August 10th.
Yeah. So that was the
this will be
last
out by-
painting. That's the painting I did for the paint and sip
Nice.
with the orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, could you like walk me through like your first time teaching the class? Is that like scary or
the paint and sip?
sip?
Yeah. So, oh my God, I was a nervous wreck.
Were you just looking at the cameras, or were you looking at the people like Bob Ross? Like,
so I toked a little to like kind of calm my nerves.
high is crazy too.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Okay.
Well, I feel like it kind of calmed me down, and then I like at first I didn't know where to start, and like Frida had to like kind of come over and be like, hey, like, do you need help? And I was like, do they have their paint? Like, where do I start? Because they weren't there yet. And so then she like kind of walked me. She's like, just relax. She's like, we'll help you with the paint and stuff. I was like, okay, cool. She's like, just focus on like teaching it. So once like the people got there, at first I felt like I was stumbling over my words.
Yeah.
It kind of felt like word vomit, but
like
then
mumbling a little.
A little bit.
Okay.
The also positioning your body in a way where the class can see it is also really important.
True.
And making sure that like your easel is high enough. And I feel like when you're walking around, because I'm a little bit clumsy, so I've had it to where like I'm walking around and like I accidentally hit like the canvas, right? Because it's like you need a table big enough to where you can display the original painting, and then where you're also like creating the canvas.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And I feel like it's harder for me to paint when I'm teaching because I have to do it standing up.
Yeah.
And I'm used to like sometimes I'll lay on the floor, or like sometimes I'll sit at a table, right? Or or I'll pick it up and like I just
Yeah.
paint a little strange. I paint intuitively,
like,
I guess.
You
Yeah.
like get comfortable with it. I understand.
Or like a certain angle, you know, like
when you're in the angle, like you can't do anything to break it because then it like messes up your flow.
Exactly. Like I just start slowly rotating it, you know? Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. So then, so that was your first class, or that was your only class? You've done more?
No, I've done more. So now with Co-Create, I've done 2. Nice. So a total of 3. And
getting more comfortable.
Yeah, like this last one, I felt like, like I taught the class well.
Crazy. Did you ever get like a microphone? Sorry.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I need one. You know the feedback that I got? One of the homies that came up to me. He came up to me. He's like, "Hey," he's like, "Have you ever thought about being an MC?" And I was like, "No, I haven't." Okay. Because I can have a pretty loud voice, like if I need to. So yeah, and if the space isn't that big, then I feel like I can handle the class.
I feel like people always tell me that they can't imagine like me yelling or something. Or, like I have a friend Jeff, like JPEG, forever. He does like that, yeah. He's always like, "You talk like this," or like he'll just make fun of me all the time. It's like, but that's like a big thing that I've been like trying to practice. So I was in Colombia for like 3 weeks. It was for my parents' renewing their vows.
That's dope.
And they had asked me to make a speech in Spanish, right? So I was just the whole time I was more like nervous, or just like I kept stumbling on my words because Spanish, it is my first language, but then I feel like I learned English and forgot a little.
Yeah.
But it went well. Good. So I want to do more speeches.
That's awesome.
To, like, get in front of people more. So we'll see.
That's dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to, like, when I was younger, I used to be afraid of public speaking. And then in high school, I did debate because I like wanted to force myself to like kick the habit.
That's so cool.
Or not the habit, I guess the fear. Like I wanted to get over it. So I joined debate and I did that for like 3.5 years. I did it for almost my whole high school career.
You had to argue with people?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Like debate. Yeah. It would be like different topics. And then like, I still remember like the format. It's like your intro and then your 3 points and then your conclusion.
Would it get loud?
No. Like everybody would dress like business casual. Like we're all high schoolers trying to, you know, like it was, I forget, it's not Lincoln Douglas debates. It's like they've got judges and stuff and there's like awards and it's like it's a whole thing.
Crazy. You should do like a high debate.
What?
Like a high debate or like have that be like a game.
That'd be dope. Yeah. But I used to do that. And so I feel like I'm okay at public speaking.
Where do you think like the love for painting came, or like what got you into that? Like were you always painting in high school?
No, I actually only took 1 art class in high school. So I painted for like a semester.
Oh, okay. But you enjoyed it.
Yeah, but I really liked it. So like growing up as a kid, like I was always doodling or like I used to scrapbook. Like I've always kind of been creative.
Crafty.
Yeah, crafty. Exactly. Because my mom's crafty. Like she makes homemade piñatas. Like really fucking cool. Yeah. Y'all should follow her. LIL_piñatas.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Did you see the piñata I made? I only ever made one piñata.
I don't know.
It was the Millennium Puzzle from Yu-Gi-Oh! Like the pyramid.
No, I didn't see that. That's cool. Did you make like the engrudo?
I just drew it. No, I did it with cardboard. It was probably the worst piñata like structurally, but it looked cool. But I know this is way too heavy. It did work, and it was for my son's birthday. Cool. And then my BM like broke it. It's funny.
Oh.
But I kept it in the studio for as long as I could, but it kept looking like trash.
So my mom has made some where people don't break them.
Because it's too tough?
Yeah.
Is that the point? Like, should they be as hard as possible?
Like, that's a Kirby that she actually made for hers. And, like, she can make anything you want.
Wow. Peppa Big one. She already got it? Pick one.
Yeah, Peppa.
That's so sick. She's so good.
She is. And then she's made... Where the fuck is...
Are you in charge of her social media, or does she do it?
No, I help her.
Yeah.
But, like... She's in charge of it.
What was the caption for that?
That was for
Mr. Penis sold.
That was for I think it was like a brother that bought his brother a piñata, and they were like always joking around with each other. So he got him like a huge penis.
That's so funny.
But yeah, so she can like make basically a piñata for any occasion. But the painting though came in 2020 when we were all like locked down. And I had two friends come over, and we were like, oh, like we're gonna paint, and like I just painted, and it it was so nice to like feel like a kid again. It was just like, oh, I really like this. Like it's really calming. It kind of quieted everything down in my head.
Yeah.
And so then they left, and then I think the next day, literally like the next day, I went and I bought canvases from Michael's. I bought some paint, some brushes, and I made something that night. I posted it, and then one of my friends was like, "Oh, like can I buy that?" It's like,
sick.
Like, you want to buy that for real? She's like, yeah. She bought it. I think the first painting I sold was like $30. It was like a 16 by 20. And I sold it, or maybe even 25. I was just like, okay, like yeah, you can have it.
Yeah. And then you're hooked. And you just wanted to keep doing it. That's awesome. And then you're mainly like acrylic, right? I feel like the majority of your work is acrylic. Or have you experimented with like watercolor or like oil?
So I mainly do acrylic. I recently picked up a set of pastels, so I want to like start using pastels. Do fabric paint like on tote bags, so I also
tote bags were your thing for like a long time too.
Yeah, so that's kind of how the idea for I Am Original started. I was like, I needed some money, and I was like, I can paint some tote bags, like different designs. My first designs were, I think I just wanted them to be palatable.
Yeah.
Like I wanted them to sell. And now I feel like I'm less concerned with my things selling and just like having it be something that I organically want to make. Like I admire people like you, that like you guys create consistently.
You don't feel like you do? I feel like you do.
I'm getting better at it, I think now. But like in 2022, I took like a complete art hiatus. I like didn't do any events. I think I only made 1 or 2 pieces that year. Yeah. Like I took a break. I was focused on trying to move out and like,
moving. Yeah. Definitely makes you stop for a little bit. Because you want to create in a space that's like stationary and like clean. Right? So it's like, if there's so much stuff around, it's hard
to create. Paint. Yeah. Well, when I used to live at home, I used to have like an office. So I used to have like a space dedicated to it. And now I just create in my room. It's just like, but I'm back to my humble roots.
Do you feel like it's easier or harder? Because I've heard that if you have your bed right there, you just like easy to go into your bed.
I think it's harder.
Yeah.
But at the same time now, I think it's a little bit more motivating where it's like, okay, if I want this to work, like I need to get, I need to do it more so that maybe I can rent out a space to like be able to create. And like, I think further down the line, I think a studio would be ideal, like where I can create, where I can do different events.
That would be in Chicago?
Yeah, definitely.
Where do you, like what neighborhood do you think?
Pilsen, probably, if I'm being honest. So my family, so my mom grew up in Pilsen. They used to have a grocery store out there. And then they moved to the suburbs. And I was born in the suburbs and went to school at UIC. Yeah. And I always just had friends in like La Villita and Pilsen and just like kind of fell in love with like the art and just like the people. Now it's a little bit more gentrified than like it was. Because I would say I started going to Pilsen maybe like 2017. 2018. It's changed a lot within like even the past like 5-6 years.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely like the art area of Chicago. Definitely. I've seen more white people and Polish people move in too. Yeah. Studio. I would definitely get a studio with you, but I don't want it at Pilsen.
No. Where would you want it?
Because my family is in the west suburbs.
Okay.
So I feel like I want to keep it like West Loop. Like I think West Loop is like a good combination of everything because people from the north like can come, and then people from Pilsen.
Well, if it was like a share studio, I think that'd be different.
Yeah.
Like.
But you eventually want your own store or your own like. Yeah. Your own like where do you see yourself in 5 years? Or.
Damn, that question. Okay, in 5 years I will be 30. So I would like to own some property. I'd like to have like a space to where I can curate and create and like build community, because that's one of Co-Create's biggest focal points on like building and creating a creative community. Yeah. So I want to give people the space to be able to do that. I want to highlight brown and black folks. Like I want to help people get to where they want to get to, like people that have dreams and aspirations and like want to make a living off of their creative endeavors. I want to give them like a stepping stool or like a place to be able to do that, you know? Kind of nurture artists in a way.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
But yeah.
I feel like we need more people like that for sure. Okay, so that's like your future you. Did your past like version of you like see yourself doing what you're doing now? Like, did you always want to be a painter, or like, what did you want to do when you were younger?
I had a loose idea of what I wanted.
Yeah.
Like, I knew that I wanted to do something that I loved. I didn't necessarily know what that was gonna be. Um, I always kind of knew that it was gonna be unconventional. I didn't know how unconventional. But I also like, I was always good in school, so like, I guess my backup plan was like go to college, like finish college, get a job, like.
What and like what the like what?
I got it in business management.
Oh.
Yeah. So I have my bachelor's in business management, and then I got my corporate job right out of college. Like maybe like 2 months after graduation.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of my backup plan, or like that's funding my dream, you know, like for the bigger plans. But I think now as an adult, I think I've gotten to know myself more and like the things that I like, the things that I don't like, and just having the ability to, you know, like buy art supplies or invest in these events. Like before, I didn't have the financial aspect there, so I didn't really know what I wanted to do. But like now, I'm starting to explore and expand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like eventually, like you want to get to the point where you get paid to do this stuff, and also like companies would, if you get to a certain point, companies will just give you stuff. So like supplies and that, like you could partner with like a art company, or like they'll just provide you stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
But even like spaces too, which is like something that's been happening to me lately. Like I feel like I could just go places, and then I guess they've seen what I've done before, so they like want like people there. But like I was gonna do that with Avondale bowling, which is really cool. I wanted to do like an experience where like people could bowl and also shop, and but I want like a cohesive body like on the wall. I feel like I went to so many art shows where everything was just everybody's different art, and it just feels like more of an experience when everything's curated to like a theme or like a concept or story. Do you ever want to have like your solo events, like a I Am Original solo event? Like, is that something you dream of?
Yes. Once I feel like I have a following of like, because my family and my friends support me. Yeah. Right. And like I know that they would like pop out, but I guess once I feel like maybe more people know who I am, like with you, like people know your name, you know, like you've been doing this for so long and you've been doing it well for so long. Like you said, like your work speaks for itself. I guess I want to get to a point where I'm like that, and there's still areas to improve.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy? Like I think I only ever got to this point because I did those shows for people that didn't really know me, or like for like my first show ever was in like Throop. What's that area called? Uptown? I don't know what that, like Uptown, Bucktown.
Like Bucktown.
Yeah, no one really knew me, but yeah, I guess it was like a lot of family, and it was a good time. But yeah, just like a quantity thing, like just do as much as you can.
That's what I'm trying to do this year. So I have like a few vending shows like coming up. I'm just trying to get my name out there a little bit more. Yeah, I think that maybe next year I could probably have like a solo I Am Original show.
But do you want to still keep the name?
No.
Is Iliana Mendoza available?
It's just Iliana Mendoza. I need to see, because I like paused or took down my website. So like my website doesn't work right now. Sorry, folks.
It's okay. It's in the works.
So that was a logo that I worked on.
Nice.
Which is okay.
I like it a lot.
I like it, but I also feel like I want to do a lot of things. So I don't want a brand name or a logo that I feel like is going to limit me. Yeah. And so likewise with like the design.
Because people might think that you do tribal work or something, or
I mean, yeah, like so that's a Aztec calendar. Yeah. And like one of the last pieces I did was like Aztec inspired. And I do like, so my culture does really inspire like my work and stuff. Just like being Mexican and like the colors and the plants and just I guess like our relationship with food. Like it influences it, right? But it's not all that influences me, and I don't want to box myself in. So I think the full rebrand is probably just gonna be my name.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you just do it from this page.
And I've been thinking about doing that because I feel like I'm more consistent on my main page, and I can just start posting my art there, and have my I Am Originals page be like my archive page, instead of it like being my brand. I'll just become my brand, which is an interesting concept.
Do you ever like, do you want to do some totes? Or not anymore? Like, did you do something? You're still like,
I'm still selling totes. Yeah.
Nice.
I don't really do commissions. I just really struggle with them. Like, if I'm not like 1000% on board with the concept, it's gonna be really hard for me to get through it, and it's not gonna be enjoyable.
Yeah. And then like dealing with customers and customer service, and like sometimes you take longer than you thought.
Exactly, because I've had that. Yeah. Yeah.
It's almost like it's dumb because every time I get a commission, I'm like I think like the price is worth it, and I'm just like,
is it really though? Yeah.
I was like, I feel like I need to charge more. But
do you have a favorite commission that you've done? Something that you were like, I really actually enjoyed working.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? The avatar I did in the barbershop. I did like an avatar on a is it the Mayans or Aztec? Which one's the pyramids in Mexico?
Aztecas.
Yeah, so that they got I put Avatar Aang on the top of it. Dope. Because that was his like he wanted it, the barber.
That's cool.
And I feel like I could have charged way more, but I had a whole experience with it. Like I feel like I came in there some days just like with the music loud as fuck, like just like going crazy and fucking.
Say, I want to start muraling. Like, do you like muraling more than?
It's so satisfying when you're done, but
is it a lot of work?
I'll like make it comfortable for you, because I started one today in a bathroom and I was right in front of the toilet the whole time and I still haven't finished. It was like, it just doesn't, it's hard because it's on the floor and I have to like be sitting. I just don't like the position I'm in.
You're like basically hugging the toilet seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
It's on the other side, but yeah, I'll post it eventually. But I think you could charge a lot for it. Like I think it's very lucrative for sure if you get into
commissions.
It. Yeah, because you could charge like thousands. It's like something that's gonna live for a long time.
Yeah.
No one can move it, and like it's a commitment for sure, because you don't want to lose it. Like,
do these places now reach out to you, or like were you ever like going into spaces and like?
Oh no, for murals I don't sell them. Like I don't think I can focus on like commissioning a mural right now. I want to get to the point where I could just do the pig everywhere. Like I love how Ali Six could just go anywhere, and like they just want a raccoon. I need to hit up all the pork spots, all the like pig restaurants.
Dude, all of them. Go to the barbecue places.
I've thought about like going to pig shows and just like selling my merch, because I feel like they would love it. But I was like, I haven't gone. I'm
like, I feel like there's a niche for everything.
So we had a question from my girlfriend, Aurora, my fiance now. It's crazy.
That's
fiance.
So
cute. She had asked, how do you get the confidence to travel by yourself? And I was like a little confused about that question. And then she said that you're kind of known for traveling by yourself.
I don't know if I'm known for traveling by myself, but I have traveled. I have like done solo trips.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, she has to be with someone. Someone took the picture, and then
I just had strangers.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How many places have you been to? Or like,
okay, so by myself,
yeah,
I've like completely by myself. Didn't know anybody. Twice. I went to San Francisco.
No, I think it's considered a solo trip if you just fly by yourself or if you drive by yourself.
Okay, so
if you have people that you know there.
Okay. Then I've done it, quite a few times. But like completely by myself, didn't know anybody. San Francisco and Colorado Springs. Yeah, I got to a point where I realized that like a lot of my upbringing was I was kind of brought up in fear of the world, and like, you know, fear of the dangers. And it's like,
are your parents like super religious?
No, My mom is religious, but she's not practicing. Like she believes in God, but she doesn't go to church.
What about like the fear?
It's more so just like fear of bad people in the world doing bad things, because there are so many crazy things that happen. And so like I completely get it. And my mom's worry, right, is like being a woman alone and like the dangers that could sometimes possess. And I completely understand that. But I think I've just hit a point in my life where I'm gonna do it as safely as I can. So like I let several people know where I'm going. I give them my itinerary, like I'm staying here. But I feel like what pushes me to do it is kind of like I don't want to miss out on doing things that I want to do because other people don't want to go with me. So, or maybe not even that they don't want to go with me, but maybe they can't, or like they can't afford a trip, or
That's so real. Yeah.
Like I don't want to limit myself, and I love to travel. So it's just kind of like if I have the money and I have the time, I have the PTO, like I'm gonna go. Like if y'all want to come, you can come, pack a bag, but I'm going. So I guess it's like I don't know if that's really confidence, because I still sometimes get anxious when I'm by myself, like I'm in a new place, I have to get used to it, but it's just like, all right, we're here. There's no turning back.
Are you the type to like take yourself out on dates? Like if you like movies by yourself? Have you done movies by yourself?
Not yet, but I did a concert by myself. That was dope. I went to go see Nugs.
That must be a vibe. Like you're just like, because you don't care like how you dance because you don't really know anybody.
Yeah. I don't care anyways. I love to dance. Like if there's good music, I'll dance in the grocery store. Like I'm not gonna break out and dance, but like I'll do a little shoulder move,
That's so funny.
But yeah, I love to travel. I think it's great. I think if you have the ability to, you should.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you travel a lot too.
Yeah, I try to. I mean, I was born in Colombia, so I feel like it's just embedded in me. Like we were taking trips back and forth for a long time, and then I want to do more, but it's so hard with the baby. Like that was crazy. That was an experience that I'll never forget because it's like you don't know how many times you have to like take out a base of a car, like for the car seat. Like that's like it was the thing. I mean, it's such a stupid joke. I told her because she couldn't like figure it out, and I was like, "I'm the base god," because it's so dumb. But bases for car seats are important. They should just make it one piece. I don't know why they make me buy two or shit. But
I'm like, because it's really bulky with it.
And my son and my baby, my new baby, he got to travel.
That's dope.
Yeah, like it's cool being able to say that they got stamps in their passport, Yeah. But
the baby has a passport?
Yeah, because he went to Colombia too. We had to take the cutest picture of him. I gotta show you. It's in my wallet.
Like your baby is very cute. Yeah. Both of your kids are very cute. Yeah.
Nah, I definitely make cute babies. It's crazy. But we had so
the
much
moms
fun.
are also beautiful,
No, yeah, they went crazy. It's because like I always hear that like I don't know. I think Lucas looks like me, but people say that Galileo looks more like Aurora. So that's kind of funny. Like it's like a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want them to like experience everything that I've experienced and like even do more, So I feel like they're already at a head start. Lucas loves painting too. It's cool. He's got a few. I was thinking about doing a piece with him for the show. And like even having Galileo do a piece where he could just like
finger paint.
Yeah, like touch the canvases and shit. But I gotta like make it look cool.
I was like maybe like tape off a section, like make a shape for him or something.
That'd be cool too. Like a collab with both of them. Yeah, so I just announced this show at St. Rocks with the plushies. May 10th in Pilsen. Come through. May 10th and 11th. This is my first time doing a 2-day event, and it's a solo thing. Normally, it's my first solo thing in general, which is crazy.
Really?
Like, I didn't think about it till today, but everything that I've ever done has always been with other artists or like
I thought you had
group
your
shows.
Solo show.
I technically had one that it was called the Year of the Boar, but I had people do collab pieces with me.
Oh, okay.
So there's a lot of collabs there.
Okay.
They're all about the pig, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But this is my first time really like, I feel like it's a debut. It's weird.
Awesome.
Like, I don't know why I constantly feel like I need to reinvent myself. That's crazy. One thing I wanted to like point out at the last show, at the 424 show, you introduced me to your brother.
Yeah.
And then you were kind of like, this is Pabs Prince. And then, Palpable. And then I was like, damn, like, I'm still Pabs Prince. I didn't get to say that. I was like, I don't want to get rid of that.
Okay.
It's just like Palpable is like for the clothes.
Okay.
I think I need to like explain that. Like, I haven't even made a post about Palpable really. I've just been kind of like teasing it, but I'm really excited because I want to throw like my first clothing show.
That's dope.
But I want to do it right. I want to have like a runway and shit.
I'll say a runway. Do like a fashion show.
And then it's like the runway has to drop before the collection too, right? So I think runway for like August. Damn, maybe we could do something with your co-creative or like so that it doesn't last. No, it doesn't have to be August. I could do it like whatever.
I'm like, we can make it work. We can talk.
Yeah. Are you because you already have clothing brands? Yeah, right.
No, for the event.
Mm-hmm.
No, not yet. So there are some people that I have given personal invites to that I want to be at Sunny's if they're available and they want to.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as far as like vendor, artist, personnel, you're like one of the few. I feel like I've reached out more to like performers, just because last year we didn't even notice. I guess there wasn't that many women that submitted, like women performers.
Yeah.
So we had like a lot of really super talented male performers. But this year, like I'm like, I know hella talented people, so I've reached out to a few and hopefully they're gonna be there.
Crazy. Yeah. They had posted like the Miche Fest lineup, and I saw this DJ. This like girl I know, she was like, the DJ lineup is Sausage Party, and I was like, it's funny because like just reading that, I was like, it's so true. Like you need to make sure you have like a good like the ratio balance. Needs to be right. Like,
yeah. And we did have like women vendors, right? So like it was a mix, but performance wise, I was just like, what's going on? You know. But
no, there's a lot of talented like women. Do you feel like it's harder or like easier in the art scene as a woman?
I think it's easier to network sometimes with other women. And I think sometimes when you walk into like a male dominated space, like if you don't have like confidence to kind of like, you know, like introduce yourself or stuff, I think it can be a little bit intimidating, you know? But I personally, I don't feel like I've hit a wall yet, if that makes sense. Like I don't feel like, if anything, I feel the opposite. I feel like for the Women's Day event panel, like it wasn't just for women, like anyone could have come, but I think just creating spaces for that and like making sure that like we're also pulling up other women with us.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't, for me personally, no.
That's awesome. Yeah. I want to have more women on the pod too. I feel like
like I loved Melissa's No Bad Fruit.
Yeah,
she's awesome.
She did really good.
Yeah.
I feel like you could always learn a lot from.
I learn a lot from your podcast, actually. Like I literally like will listen to it and just. I like it. It's important
because it like gives a different, like another side of you. Like I don't think a lot of people have like seen your personality yet, but yeah, I guess if they meet you in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I post my pictures and I go.
You're not like an influencer? You don't consider yourself an influencer?
No. I had someone once kind of say that to me and I was like, that doesn't feel like it fits. Like I don't see myself as that. I think I'm a person that does things that I like, and if people like that, that's awesome. And I think right now people kind of like what I do, you know? And even if they don't, like I'm still gonna post my travel pics. Like, you know, I'm not a model, but I'm gonna continue to do photo shoots just because like it's a way to get my creativity out, you know? I just like to create.
You've definitely been like I like your style too. Like this is avocado, right?
Yeah.
And then this
it's a Filipino brand. I'm not Filipino.
But... No, we can still support.
I'm like I fuck with them. Yeah,
they're crazy.
They're dope.
I like the quality. Have you been like into clothes for a long time?
Yeah.
Like since you were younger?
Yes. I just like again didn't have the funds for it, but as soon as I started working and like able to buy my own stuff, I like started experimenting with like different things. Like, you know, I think it'd be really cool to have like a fashion brand one day, right? Because I love fashion accessories.
Yeah,
I love accessories. Yeah. like maybe make some rings, some necklaces, earrings, all that
Crazy.
jazz. Yeah, my grandma has a great wardrobe, so like half of my wardrobe is hers.
My grandma makes like crochet sweaters and stuff. Have you ever seen them?
They're so dope.
Yeah,
they're so dope. She was selling some for a while. No, what was she selling? Hats.
she did like cardigans for babies, but she does like beanies, bags. It's hard to market because she just does it whenever
She wants.
or else I would try to like help her make it a business. But her and my mom, like my mom's funny too because she likes selling arepas, but she doesn't want to make it like a
like
thing,
her full-time thing. Yeah,
it's more for the love or just extra money. I wanted to show you this earring idea I had. I think I showed it to Hirsch and Ease when they did the pod. That was so funny too. Like they're a good time. Hirsch using solid gold beaver.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, I think this will go so crazy. I was supposed to get my samples in Colombia, but they were taxing, and then like they were trying to make it solid gold, and I was like, I can't sell that to people. I could do like 1 of 1 for that, but it's not gonna be like affordable unless I just tax. But I think
it'd be sick. Sterling silver for silver. And
yeah,
then you could do gold plated.
You know what's crazy? In Colombia, they had like a law or something, or like whatever the FDA is of jewelry or metals or whatever, and they said that like it's not good for your body or something, stainless steel, but or like they don't allow jewelry. I don't know. That's what they told me, but it's like the same system as this, so I'm already like halfway there.
Clip-in. Yeah, those are great.
Yeah, so hopefully I could do this. I've been like trying to. I appreciate like you supporting like Palpable too, because like it reminds me to like keep on track, and I'm just excited for all the stuff that I got planned for that. I got like these cool ass pants made, like sweaters and shit. So.
Dude, yeah, I need a new pair of sweats because my sweats are so faded from you. They look a little. But I've had them.
Which ones did you have?
I think they were like one of your first pair of sweatpants
with the
that you dropped.
Logo or the pig.
It's the pig, but it has a gray drawstrings.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like joggers, like cuffed at the bottom. Yeah, but I've had that pair for like 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah. See, so like I want stuff that will last 10. You know. So like that's the main. Like,
it has no holes. It's just a little faded because I just wash them a lot.
I'm not saying not even that. Like, I know the quality on those like first pieces were off because I just didn't know about manufacturing and like really getting like the higher quality, the heavier stuff. So that's kind of like the transition between Pabs prints and Palpable, because like Pabs prints was just supposed to be merch for the art. Like I just wanted to show off the art, but now like I really want to take this clothing shit seriously. So
then are you gonna have like completely new products for your Palpable one? Or like are you gonna bring in some of like the Pabs prints stuff into Palpable? Or you haven't like decided yet?
It's funny because I think I'm leaning towards just putting the boar on Palpable.
Yeah.
So like a more like grown version because he has like hair and stuff, and he like looks older. Like
I'll say like the blanket. That like blanket's hard, dude. Yeah, that blanket's
so it's kind of like it's kind of cool because it's like the pig grew up, you know, he like left, and that's what happens to real pigs.
Yeah.
If you take like a domesticated pig and you put them in the wild, they turn into boars, or like they just turn wild. I just think like that's the direction.
Going crazy with the Palpable. There you go. Yeah.
But also too, just I need something to stray away from the pig because I want it to be like more centered around feeling and like knowing something's there. Like it reminds me of like religion too, and just God. Like I like it's very palpable.
Hey, that's the best way to describe it.
Yeah. But I like the word you used earlier. You said palatable, and I was like, damn, that's cool too.
I think for me, I'm still trying to be palatable a little bit, right? Because you want to like appeal to people, but I guess I'm just not as concerned for it.
No, anymore. That's important too. Because you could just focus on making your own stuff and not really for other people.
Because I realized for myself, I can't create for others. Like, if I'm not inspired, I will not create.
The commissions are closed.
Look at my Instagram, guys. It says commissions closed.
Yeah, I feel you.
Just because I feel like it's inauthentic to me to force myself to create.
Yeah.
So, but now, like, I'm trying to, if I am inspired, like, to at least grab a sketch pad or to grab something, or like, I also like to write, so I'm like trying to get back into journaling and like little poems and vignettes and stuff because I want to write my second book. Like, hopefully, that's something within the next, I think, 5 years would be cool to do. Publish my second book. That'd
What's
be
the
dope.
first one?
It's just like a personal, kind of like a memoir, I guess. Like, it's a vignette style book, and it's like about my life.
Where is it?
It's on Amazon.
Really?
Yeah. It's not really something I promote for real.
Yeah. But you wrote it.
But I wrote it.
Crazy.
Yeah. And I have a physical copy. There was like a few people, like family and friends, that like bought it, and it was cool. Yeah. I got like little royalties. It was cool. It was a cool experience. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. It was like I started that book idea in like 2017.
Did you have to get like someone to proofread it? Was there like typos and shit?
There's still like on the finished one. There still are. Yeah. Oh. I proofread that thing like 3 or 4 times. I sent it to like 2 people. I sent it to an English professor and then to my aunt.
And they didn't find it.
No, I think there's like only 2, but I mean, it's my first book.
No, that's cool.
The second one, hopefully.
I like mistakes. I think mistakes are like crucial to like
to growth,
to art in general. Like I think like the mistakes are where that like art happens. Like sometimes my coolest thing was added because I fucked up, and I think people are too scared to fuck up. Yeah, but it's intimidating.
It is.
Like looking at a blank canvas is super intimidating. Even like looking at a blank paper. How did you start? You're probably like SpongeBob, like with the
like I.
You had like family names in there too?
No. So well, I have my dad's name. Okay. So like my dad passed when I was 17 in 2016. So no, I guess the book started in 2016. And like I was journaling was just like a way that I processed. And it kind of in like 2017, I was post high school, and I was just kind of like, I've always wanted to write a book, and then I was just kind of going through life, and then like 2018, 2019, I was like still journaling just like consistently, but I would kind of journal in a way where it was like set up for vignettes.
I don't know what a vignette is.
So
is it like
the best way that I can describe it is like an excerpt of like a moment of feeling, a thing, a person, a memory,
a brief description, account, or episode.
Yeah, kind of like a little episode. So I would kind of just journal like that, and have it kind of like, I guess it's like a central theme for each vignette, you could say. So it's kind of how it started. And then it was just it was like a self-reflection book analyzing like my relationship with like men in terms of like also father figures, not just like romantically. But yeah.
That's awesome. I'm sure it was very therapeutic.
It was. Yeah. I feel like it helped me heal a lot. I think that's why I did it. But I have a book idea for the second one. We're gonna keep that under wraps. Okay. Not yet. It's still cooking a little. Nice. But yeah. I actually recently told like one person. I told Hirsch my idea. He's like, you should do it, and I'm like, yeah. I think I will.
Do you feel like you jinx stuff sometimes that you don't want to say it?
No, because I feel like if I really want to do something, I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah. You don't want no one to steal it.
I guess no. It's just kind of like sometimes I feel like I want to do a lot of things.
Oh yeah.
And maybe I verbalize it all, and then maybe people like hear it and they're like, oh, like what happened to that? It's like, it's still cooking. It's still cooking, guys. Like it's still there. I just haven't had like time or funds or like ability or capability to do that. Like I work 2 jobs, then I have co-create, then I do my art stuff. It's like,
damn, I didn't know you work 2.
Yeah, I work a weekend job. So I have 2 days off in a month. I used to work all 7 days. I did that for like a year and a half, and I was like, I'm fucking tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Do you have like a routine? Like when you leave work, do you get straight to like painting, or do you kind of just like save it for specific days?
So as far as like painting, I like to paint in the morning because I like the sun. I like to paint with the sunlight. Um, so sometimes I'll wake up at like 6 in the morning, and I'll just like I'll put on some music. I'll throw on some music, and like I start work at 8. I work from home, so for like an hour, hour and a half, I'll just like be painting. And if it's slow at work, I'll take from 8 to 9 to
Yeah.
Allegedly, allegedly.
Oh, so you can work. You work
Allegedly.
remote.
I work remote.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's so like
It's
clutch,
flexible.
dude.
Yeah.
It's so
You
crazy.
can make yourself some tea, like
coffee.
Yeah.
And just like
a little brekkie maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice though. And then sometimes like when I can't go to sleep, I'll start painting. Like if I have an idea, and I feel like I get the zoomies. Do you ever get the zoomies?
Is that right before bed? Is that a thing? Or just anytime?
I think personally I think they can have it anytime. But it's usually before bed, yeah.
I don't
No.
Maybe I'm not familiar with what zoomies is.
It's just like when you get like a spurt of energy and you're just like
yeah,
just
that usually happens after coffee for me.
Really? Coffee calms me down.
Really? Yeah. That's awesome.
I feel
like, oh, you don't like it? You don't?
Well, because then I get sleepy. Then it's like I want to go to bed.
Coffee helps a lot for me.
Really?
I feel like it helps me like get my mornings going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a routine for your art stuff?
I've been trying to figure out my schedule, but like lately I've been able to like do my work and then gym and then work. I'm not gonna say I gym every day, but
like when you do.
When I do.
Yeah.
And this is my ideal day, I guess. Then I would come here and I would work here and paint here. Nice. I do a lot of editing at home though. Yeah. Like I think I just try to be on my couch and just knock it out there. But I want to use this place more for painting for sure.
Do you like looking at your own art when you're painting? Like, when you're actually painting, do you have on music? Do you listen to podcasts?
Podcasts all the time.
Podcasts, really?
Yeah, I think that's what made me want to start doing my own, I think, because I listened to so much. And I was recording my voice like on my phone for like the longest, just like recalling my days. Cool. Just so I could listen back and know like what I did that day. Yeah. And I have like moments where like I was really frustrated or I was like super broke and like I didn't know what to do. And it's cool like being able to have a voice log of where you were at that point in your life. And I listened back to some of these episodes. I'm like, damn, like I did say all that. It's crazy though, because at the 424 spot, I feel like people kept like knowing me from podcasting and I didn't like it. Really? Because I was like, damn, I'm not just a podcaster. Like you should like, I want the art to be first. And I think that was something that influenced me. Even just doing a podcast there. I know that we were thinking about it, but it was too loud.
I wouldn't have been able to do it.
The vibes were just off for podcasting. Yeah. But chill. Or I would do it with like an audience. But I think that would be like the whole thing. Like everyone would have to be quiet or something. Or like it'd just be funny to hear like laughter in the background. Yeah. We've had like people sit in on our podcast before. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, like with like Ease and Hirsch's, you had
Yeah, but he was on mic. Like technically he's the like you can still hear his voice, but like even just like people in the background. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe not here, but maybe I'll do like a live event one day. That'd be sick.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Or even a panel. Like I think that's smart.
A panel, yeah.
How did that work though? You guys were asking questions, or you guys had somebody that has questions?
So the way that we did it is each panelist had like their time slot to speak, and then we asked questions. But because the group, it was like a little bit more intimate. It was smaller. It was I think like a group of 15 people. So it ended up becoming more like a discussion, which was really nice. Yeah. It was just like people just asking questions and like people kind of pitching in. You know, it wasn't just the panelists.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it was actually really cool. It just became kind of like a big circle almost, and people were just
did people like raise their hand and talk, or how
did they? Okay. Initially so it was like, you know, you can ask questions now, and like people just like raise their hand and ask the questions. Very like insightful questions, like some of them like how do you even take the first step, right? I feel like taking the first step and taking that risk, like how did you bet on yourself to like drop your first like merch for like Pabs prints, you know, or like what was the first thing that you actually put out to the public? Because I feel like that takes a lot, you
Yeah.
know. It's like financially you need to like have something in it, and then you also have to, I guess, have the confidence to be like, I'm proud of this enough to put it out there,
Yeah.
you know.
That's what makes things so good. Like, because you look at some of the craziest shit ever made, and you're like the audacity of this guy. Like, like where did he
Bro, like
like get the?
the idea, the
Yeah.
concept, yeah. I think that's what I love about art, right? That
Mhm.
like
I literally just saw a pancake table. Like,
I
and
saw
I
it
was like, he's
too
doing
with the
so crazy.
coasters with the
Yeah.
butter. That shit's dope.
So
I was like,
smart.
yeah, that's the type of creativity I want. Like,
Hmm.
I wish I was more. Like I wish I could build furniture. You
I
know,
don't see why you couldn't. Why?
I mean, I can,
Yeah.
I can do anything, right? But I don't have like a love for it
Yeah.
yet. You know?
You don't have to physically do it. Like, you could outsource or even to like
Yeah,
collab with
like
somebody who
design
does it.
something like that. I want to
As long
do
as you're bringing the design, I think it's impossible to work on everything. Like,
yourself. You were talking about that last time.
yeah.
Yeah.
But even like if you look at Murakami, he's got workers, and like
Yeah.
he just does the initial drawing, and then
Like
they
the
make
design.
it, they blow it up, they scale it, and then they're the ones painting it. And it's like, that's really what you need to scale. Like, you need
Yeah, people don't know how
employees
to
or
do
just
it.
like
Yeah.
help. um yeah, I guess like on that subject, like how is it working in a team? Because I know that's not, I don't know, for me I have a really difficult time like not getting frustrated or feeling like I do all the work. So I don't know like if that's the same, or like how do you have like work with a partner, I guess,
So I
or
think
partners?
um so me and Frida are like
It's
the
just you
two
two?
found yeah, it's just
Oh,
us
okay.
two. We like work with different like graphic designers for our flyers, or you know, like we do collaborate a lot. So like we'll have panelists or we'll have vendors, artists, etc., etc. But it's just me and her. And I'm a person that like is used to kind of doing everything by themselves. So for me, I feel like I struggle sometimes to let go of things.
Yeah.
And like I trust Frida. Like she knows how to run events. I know how to run events. Like I feel like we have really good communication, and like when we need to, in the beginning it was a little bit hard to kind of almost like to take it serious, right? Like we knew that we wanted to take it serious,
Yeah, yeah.
but actually like when it's in your life and you have to be like, I have to actually make time for it on this day, like we have to have a meeting about this, we have to start organizing, it's like it makes it really real, and it's just like it's a commitment, right?
Yeah.
Like anything, it's not just a hypothetical thing that you want to do anymore. So I feel like as we've gone on, I've gotten better at
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, trusting in my partner. But I also think that it comes over time, like once you are working with somebody. And I think it's also important to not just always be a yes person,
Yeah.
or like try to appease your partner all the time. Like if you have an opinion, I think it's important to voice it in the correct way. You know,
Mm.
like you don't want to come off as like aggressive or abrasive. Because sometimes, you know, like there's been times where we've designed a flyer where I wasn't happy with it and I felt like an asshole, you know, and I had to be like, hey, like I have to be honest.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't really like this. Can we like try something else? Like I'll help.
Yeah.
You know, and she's really receptive. And like vice versa. If there's something that she doesn't like I've worked on a flyer, she's like, hey love, like I don't know if this is really the direction that I was seeing it. And that's fine. You know, like
Yeah.
we were talking about like errors and failures. I feel like you fail your way to success. I feel
Yeah.
like that's really the only way to do it. So it's just a lot of like trial and error, but yeah, just having that like open line of communication, and
Yeah.
like I also think not taking things personally, because you have to understand that the person who you're in a partnership with like has a life outside of just the business.
Definitely. Yeah.
You know, like family, kids, work, like other jobs, and it's just I don't know, remembering that, and like also knowing that we are actually friends and like I care about her. So it's like I think it makes it easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've definitely gotten into it with like the guys I work with before.
Let's say,
But
yeah,
just
how's
like
that?
it's like friendly
Like banter?
banter.
Yeah,
Yeah, or
yeah,
like
yeah.
debate, not debates. Or maybe we can go
Like
back to debates.
roasting, maybe like little
No,
roast.
I
No,
never let it get disrespectful. There's like
no,
people that
no.
like there's like guy groups that call each other like bitch, and that always like bothers me. Like I don't know how, like guys talk to each other like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
not
crazy because
about
I
it.
had a clothing brand with my co-host of User Friendly Squared, Braden.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we had a clothing brand in high school, and
Oh, nice.
now I feel like the user friendly is like an extension of that because like
Mm-hmm.
we're working on that together. But
Oh,
scheduling is
he's also really
important
dope.
and just making sure that we're honest with each other. Because yeah, you were saying that you felt like you shouldn't be a yes man, and
Mm.
I think like I need to like tell him that. Like I always like I feel like if no one's gonna like tell him like I think of it like devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Like I just like just to like make sure that he's considering that perspective too. I don't know. That's how
I've
I just think. Like I think of like both options or like try to.
What's the point of a partnership, right? That you have one
Yeah.
perspective and that you're like the person who's in the partnership also has a different perspective. And then it's just like, let's pitch both ideas. Let's see what we like from both ideas and then like meet somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
At least that's how I feel like for our events or for flyers and stuff. It's just kind of like, it's just a brainstorming session,
Mm-hmm.
you know? But yeah, definitely like being able to tell somebody like, oh, I don't know how I feel about that. you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about having multiple Instagram pages for your multiple businesses? Because I've thought about
That's
that.
so like crazy because yeah, that I think it makes me like sane, like because otherwise
Sane or insane?
no sane
Oh, okay, okay.
because it helps me like organize all my ideas. It's like
Okay.
a folder.
Yeah.
Like I like having a lot of folders on my
Okay.
computer,
Same.
and it's my way of like telling different stories without it all getting mixed up. But
Okay.
um,
So you like it. It
some
works for
people would
you.
say it's confusing, so I don't know.
Okay, and then when someone is meeting you, how do you want to be known as? Pabs, Pabs Prince, Pablo,
So I say Pabs. So
Pabs.
Pabs is kind of like if you don't know me, and then Pablo. Yeah, if you do, Pablo. Yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm limited with the pig, so I feel like I
Yeah.
like to break away from that. I always imagine like Pablo trees would be like my weed strain or something.
That's a dope name.
Yeah.
That's a dope name.
Wait, so you're saying that you grew like not that you're like very scared, like I don't know if it was your parents or you were fearful of the world. Was your parents
Like my
fearful for you?
grandma and
Okay.
like my mom, yeah, like just fearful of things
How did they
happening.
feel about weed consumption? Were you born here?
Yeah, I was born
Okay,
here. Yeah,
first
my mom was
generation.
born in Mexico, but she
Oh,
was raised here in the States. So like I'm technically first gen, but like my mom went to high school here.
got it.
Like
That's like
yeah,
Aurora's family. They
she actually went to my puff and paint event.
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
cool.
like a week
Wow.
ago. She's always been really supportive of
Mm-hmm.
like all like my activities in school, like my business endeavors. Like even if maybe she doesn't get it sometimes all the way, like she's always been supportive of it. Yeah.
She never like told you to stop
She told
trying
me
to
to,
paint.
no, not paint. No, hell no. She's told me to stop solo traveling.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah. No, as far as the painting, she's like always just told me, like I think sometimes like I'm a dreamer. I like to say that I'm a dreamer. So like sometimes I'll just like tell my family like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna do this or that. And
Mm-hmm.
so my mom has always kind of heard that. She's never fully brushed it off, but I don't think she's ever fully like
Acknowledged it.
or like believed it necessarily. Like
Mm.
I don't think she's worried about my success, but I don't know that she fully believes that it'll happen from creative endeavors.
Yeah, they just want to see money.
Exactly. Yeah. They just want to know that you're good.
Yeah, yeah. No, I
Like
get it. So I have a little cousin. She's 15. No, I always think she's 15. She's 21 already.
it's quite a jump in
Yeah.
ages there.
I noticed that
Yeah.
when she like turned 21 or 23, like she felt really lost.
Hmm.
Like I guess like if you had some advice for like a 23 a 23-year-old you,
Yeah.
what would you tell her?
I would say to date yourself. Like, you know how you like asked if I like am the type to take myself on dates? Like
Mm,
I do. I think it's really important to go try out that restaurant you want. Buy yourself flowers. Like, really try to be kind to yourself. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I know that it's not always easy to do that because, like, right now, you know, like, even with like health stuff, like I'm trying to cook more at the house, right? It takes time, but 23-year-old me, like, I was also feeling lost. I think I had just graduated college. It was just kind of like real life now. Like, what do I do? You know, like I would say write it down of like things that you want to do, right? So like I write down my goals, and then it's like which of these are realistic and what realistic steps can I start taking to like get to where I want to be. Um but at the same time, like giving yourself the grace to
Yeah.
like feel lost. I feel like that's a part of it. You know, I feel like you have to go through it to get through it.
Yeah.
So yeah. And if you know the marijuana consumption, like sometimes people have different relationships with weed.
Yeah.
And like some people use it to numb, some people use it to medicate, you know, some people use it recreationally. So it's just like I think it depends on your relationship with weed and just like I guess facing that demon head on. Like, you know, be real with yourself. Like, why do you consume it? You know? And then kind of go from there.
Yeah. Like if it's a negative reason, you should like try to solve that before you
like I don't
consume.
smoke when I'm sad or I'm mad.
Yeah.
Because it's not an escape. Like those feelings are still gonna be there once you're not high. Like they don't go away.
That's so real. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
No.
I smoke it because I feel like it kind of resets me. I feel like it mellows me out. I like the effects that it has on me. That's why I like your lighter so much. Productive pothead. I really feel like a productive pothead.
Yeah. And I've said this so many times and I'll say it again. I always say that like weed is good for inspiration but bad for execution. So like you need to like
you need to have a balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you could work high, but
I'm like, I work high.
You work high?
Yeah, my paintings, I think almost all of them have been done high. I like will take like a dab or I'll smoke a joint and I'll just get to it. I get lost in the music and the paint and it's just like, yeah.
So you're high. So like you're high for the inspiration and while you work. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the come down for me. I think maybe I'm just like too sore, too like I'm not even gonna say I'm too old, but just like it's the kids. It's the
How
kids.
How old are you?
I'm 28, about to be 29.
Okay.
In May. You said
wow. Happy early birthday.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm considering the Saint Rock show my birthday party, so if you want to come celebrate.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna pull up.
Yeah.
Got it in my calendar.
Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you gotten to that age? Like, does everything have to be in your calendar? Or no?
I try to have, but I have multiple calendars and then sometimes I don't even check them. But yeah, I mean that's why I did the collab too. It does keep me on track. I got one here, one at the studio.
That's dope.
But I think the main one is like on the computer for work and stuff.
My cousin really liked it. I took him one to Mexico.
Wow.
Yeah. So you're in Cerritos in San Luis Potosí.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's a place called Cerritos.
Cerritos, yeah. It means little mountains or little hills.
Wow. That's crazy. So I'm originally from the city in Bogota. It's called Cedritos. Okay. Or like Cedro Golf. And like the nickname is Cedritos. But it reminds me of Cerdito. So I think it's pretty cool. Like Cerrito. It's like close to like
Cerritos. Yeah, it sounds similar.
Nice.
Yeah.
I want to go to Mexico so bad. I want to go to Mexico City.
I'll say you should.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Mexico City. My family is so terrified of going. Because, I mean, Mexico City it can be dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they say that about Bogota too. They say that about Colombia.
They say that about everywhere though. That's what I'm saying. So it's like.
I don't know. Maybe I sound like privileged or scared or like I'm jinxing myself. But I think it's like.
You gotta take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah. Like we're in Chicago too. So like we kind of like notice little things. Like if we need to watch people.
But. Like, because people say don't come to Chicago.
Yeah, but
so it's kind of like, you know.
Yeah.
Like I've got family in Texas that are like, oh, I'm like, it's not that bad, y'all.
I think if you could speak Spanish, you're good. Like they just want to talk to you and stuff. This is the Avatar piece I was talking about.
That's dope. And that's in a restaurant?
It's a
barber shop.
This is me when I had my green hair.
Oh my God, your hair was so long, dude.
Yeah, but it was like a vibe for sure. I would go to.
How was maintenance?
At night and stuff. Maintenance?
For your hair.
Oh. I would just condition every other day or like once a week. I don't remember. I remember hearing that you're only supposed to like wash it every
Like,
now and then.
yeah, every few days.
But maintaining it's so tough. I did enjoy getting braids and like
Yeah.
getting like my braids taken off. That was a good feeling.
Okay. Did you like getting them done? Like the pull?
No, I
Like,
don't like that.
yeah.
That's like liking like getting your hair pulled, I guess. Like I don't think
Yeah.
I like taking it off and then
Because it releases all the
just like
tension.
I like me, I'm a person that likes moving the stuff in my room around a lot or like yeah, different clothes. So I like being able to have options with my hairstyle. So that
Yeah.
was cool. And then it was good in the winter, but it sucked in the summer.
Because it's so hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I remember when I shaved half of my head.
Mm.
And it was like an undercut. And
Is it long now? Was that a long time ago? Or is it
this
growing?
was, oh no, it's outgrown. This was in like 2021. It's actually funny. My barber was like around this area.
You got like graphics?
It was just like a line like that I would get, but it looked cool. It like I
Yeah.
feel like it fit that era of my life. And I had like short because I used to have really really long hair, like down my back, and then during the pandemic I cut it.
Yeah.
I was just like, fuck this, like it's too much. I was going a little stir crazy too. Like
Yeah.
I was locked down.
You cut it yourself? Or you went to
The
like,
first time that I just chopped it, I chopped it to like about here. I cut off like 10 inches. And then the summer after that, after like when the outside opened basically.
Yeah.
That's when a random hot day I was with my friend and we had eaten and she's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, will you go with me to the barbershop? And she's like, what? And I'm like, I want to shave my head. I'm like, I've been having this feeling. I just want to go. Like, will you go with me? She's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, fuck it.
It was like a relief to get it off? Or like...
Yeah, it was something that I wanted to do because, like, I don't, like, dyeing it, I was going to say painting it. Dyeing it doesn't really intrigue me, but, like, cutting it, it'll grow back, you know?
True.
So yeah, I wanted to cut it and I did, and like it was great. It was not as hot that summer.
Wow.
Yeah, it just grows back really fast and it gets expensive, so I had to like outgrow. I only had it for like a summer. Yeah, for like a season.
Did you ever even it out, or has it gotten to the point like?
Oh, it's evened out. It's grown out.
Wow.
Like yeah, my hair grows pretty fast. I just keep cutting it though.
Yeah.
I haven't cut it in a while. I want to see. I'll give it a year.
Today I was just randomly thinking about like when Galileo was born, he was so hairy. Like,
Did he have a lot of hair?
He had a lot of hair on his back.
Really?
It's so funny. He looked like a little caveman.
Not a little caveman.
Yeah, he's so cute.
Hopefully
really he could come to the show maybe on Saturday.
Yeah.
Like the earlier one.
I'm like, that's the 11th one, right?
Yeah, the 11th
yeah.
one. I have two.
Because Saturdays are better for me. So,
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Friday one I wanted to be more like I guess like a party, and then the second one would be like more like come chill, nice. Maybe eat, you know.
I'm like, I want to meet Scent Rock.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. Like shout out Scent Rock for real, because I knew I always wanted to have a show there, but like it kind of just all worked out.
When you were talking about like the solo show, like that's, you know, somebody that I want to connect with, you know. I think for me, I always want the connections to be authentic, right?
Yeah,
like I would actually like just kick it with you, like you're really cool. Like
yeah, that's what this feels like too.
Yeah. Just talking. And so that's how I feel about all these other people. But yeah, he followed me once and I was like, there's no way Scent Rock just followed me. I had a little fan moment. I was like I see his art everywhere. Like, what do you mean? Yeah, it was a surreal kind of moment. Do you have those moments? With like, I don't know, maybe people that you feel like are bigger than you.
Yeah, definitely like, with Scent Rock, even when he followed me.
Yeah.
Pabs. Do you know Pabs?
Yeah.
He does like this calligraphy style murals.
That's dope.
He followed me and I was like, damn, that's really crazy. Like I see your shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Gata. Shout out Gata.
I don't know.
From Lil Dicky, from Dave. He's a rapper from Cali. He's so funny.
Oh, really?
I did like a mural, not even a mural, like a little portrait of him, because he had said got it out the mud, and I feel like I've made a shirt that says got it out the mud, so I put him in the drawing. And
as like a pig.
He reposted it.
Or no? just like as him?
No, it was him, but with
Okay.
the shirt that that says
That you made it.
that I made, yeah, right here.
Nice.
But he's like a pretty big
Oh,
guy. I think he follows me still.
that's super
He
cool.
posted it, so it was really cool. He's like in movies and shit. You've probably seen
That's
movies
dope.
with him. He's a
Yeah, I
really
probably
funny
have.
guy.
I'm really bad at names.
Yeah.
I'm like horrible at names. Sometimes like I'll be at events and I'm like, I know you, I know I've met you, I recognize your face, but the name just blinks and then I feel bad. So I say hi and I just avoid the name. Like,
Yeah.
I'll figure it out later. I'll ask later.
You know what's crazy? That happens to me so much, but what's helped is if I have somebody with me, then I can be like, "Oh, this is Rich," and then they do the interaction, and
Yep.
I try to listen for the
Listen
name.
for the name. Yeah. Yeah. That's smart.
That's funny.
That's really smart.
Do you have like a favorite actor? I mean, artist?
Painter. Okay.
Yeah, or like inspirations.
So I had an uncle that like I don't ever remember meeting because he passed when I was like 2. But he was like my mom's best friend and he was a painter in the family and like he has he made this like really, it's maybe like half of your wall space here. He made a really big canvas with like textured paint and it's like of maguey's. And it was just like I always grew up just looking at it and I used to love it. And then like one day I asked my grandma, I'm like, where did you buy that?
What's a maguey's?
Maguey's are it's actually what mezcal is made out of.
The little.
They're
almost like a cactus, but
kind of, yeah. It is a form of a cactus.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's a succulent essentially. But they like get really, really big. And he had like, so I asked my grandma, I'm like, you know, like where'd you buy that? And she's like, your uncle made it. And I was like, my uncle? Like what uncle? And then she had like more pieces from him and stuff. And I guess it just inspired me that somebody in my family had done it and like that he was so talented. Like he passed really young. I feel like if he would have still been around now, I feel like he would have blown up type of thing. Like I think he was really, really talented.
That's so crazy because he lives like through that art and like now he's living through you.
Yeah, which is crazy because like I never even had a conversation with him.
Maybe like I wonder if like you like try to talk to him or like if you get like somehow sends you ideas. Is that possible?
I mean, he inspires me for sure. Right? Like with the maguey's, like if you look at some of my art, like I do nopales, like cactus, and a lot of them. He also did a lot of stuff with like the pueblo and just like those like vibrant, rich like Mexican like colors, you know. Yeah. Those are maguey's. Yeah.
They're so sick.
Yeah, they're really dope. Like that. And he did it in like a cream, beige, and brown type of palette. So like there's no green in it. But yeah, the texture on it is crazy.
You should make this your logo. It almost looks like a weed plant too.
That's not a bad idea, actually. That's not a bad idea.
No, it was really cool talking to you. I feel like I learned a lot and I'm excited to edit this for sure. Me too. Could you tell the people that like where they could find you or like your socials or if you have any pop-ups coming up?
So Iliana Mendoza 13 is my main profile. Iliana spelled Iliana, Mendoza with a Z and then 13. You guys can follow my art page at i.m.originals. You can follow my business page for community culture and art events on co-create.chicago.
She does a lot.
Yeah. We'll be having our Sunny's Collective on August 10th, so pull up for that. And then I personally will be vending at Somos Arte for their May and June markets on Sunday.
So, LA6 was just talking about that because his girl.
Yeah,
like
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Crazy.
It's small. The community here is so small. Yeah. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, I'll be vending at those events. So watch out for that. And then something for an elevated book club coming to you soon with a partnership with AK-47. So yeah. Wow. But that's where y'all can find me. I appreciate you having me on the pod. I learned a lot.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you guys.
Stay safe.
Oh my God.
God, how do you have those headphones on for that long?
Is it tight? It hurts?
Oh, I think it's because I have glasses. Oh, you have glasses too.
Glasses too.
See, your ears are red too.
Yeah, maybe I'm just used to like hurting my ears. Watch me get like cauliflower.
What is that?
You know, so like, you know, those MMA fighters, like because they get kicked, they're like hit in the ear so much, it like expands and then it looks like cauliflower.
Oh my God, no, I didn't know that. Are you cool? Can I light this again?
Yeah, please.
I'm sorry. Not me being a fiend.